Hey everybody, I'm Trevor.
I'm Vincent.
We are the Anthony and Todd Show, and today we're going to be taking a look at the latest Clarence Clarity record, Think Peace. Clarence Clarity is a British experimental pop artist that blew up after his 2015 album, No Now, the Now, which is saturated and untamed paradise of pop music as quoted by Vincent. Vincent says that there are a lot of unique ideas, soundscapes, crazy passionate, frail vocals, and catchy hooks that are presented on the album.
Do you not like my show notes?
These are Vincent's opinions.
Do you want to say your own opinions?
I don't really like Clarence Clarity.
That's fine. Do you have reasons, or do you just not like him? Did he steal your hot dog one day? I don't like the music that he makes. Can you explain that? Not that it's like too abrasive, but I just don't think that it has direction. That's reasonable.
Thank you. Anyway, this is just facts. Clarence Clarity's been teasing his new album for like a year. And then he released it out of the blue a couple weeks ago, so it implies that it was done for a little while.
Yeah. It's like, I didn't hear anything. Like, I had the same problem with the Rina Samayana EP last year. I didn't hear shit. And I checked a week later. I'm like, oh, this is out? It's been out for a week? I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, there was no like marketing or anything.
He took his promotion and gave it to other people, so other people owe him some promotion. It's literally how it works.
IOUs. Like in the old
promotion.
This new record actually delves into a bit of a different sound than No Now, which personally I enjoy because I didn't care for No Now. And so I think that just makes the album more enjoyable for me, but for fans of Clarence Clarity, such as Vincent, not the same.
It's not because it wasn't the same. I just don't think ideas are heavily... I think it's probably a better layout for a project, but the way it is set up in these like mix, it feels like a master mix, like a just giant mix or a DJ blend of these tracks, and it doesn't feel like ideas are getting the chance to spread. And at the same time, I think Clarence Clarity does the same thing a little too much.
See, okay, that's how I thought about No Now, because I just thought that experimentation for the sake of experimentation, like not doing anything with a purpose, made No Now feel directionless. This album feels like it's more contained. It's only 11 tracks versus the 19 or 20 on No Now, and I think it works better in the smaller capacity because I can take Clarence Clarity in doses. Like we were talking about Fold'em earlier. Like I actually really like that song.
I like Fold'em the single version.
Yeah, I like
Fold'em and like
not the Silver Lake Reservoir one. I like the single version. That makes more sense to me, and it's like more interesting. But I think that he's like delving into more of that pop-ish sound. No Now just felt like somebody just sat on a keyboard and then he was like, cool, this is my sound now.
You're not wrong, because
I know
there's periods where he goes off in these like experiment
or he
sound binges,
drops a drum set down the stairs,
which I think at certain points on the record I do enjoy, but like also they're set up in a way where it's the end of a track, we're going to a new thing, whereas this, it's just like sandwich.
Yeah.
It's literally just smushed an album. It's like, okay, this is gonna be an hour. Fuck that. 30 minutes.
Pretty much.
Which I don't know if even if this was an hour, I would like it, because I think it's too repetitive of the same sounds. Because I can only take Clarence Clarity's vocals so much. Because I feel like on this record, he's just like, he wants to make, he can produce for Rina Sabayama. He can produce for her. So he can make some really fucking killer, almost retro sounding pop with an experimental edge to it. But he doesn't have the vocal capacity to do that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it feels like he wants to be something more than he can put out.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
And I think he's kind of spreading himself too thin with his own vocals. I would rather he straight up, almost at times, take a production role and have someone else take lead.
Mm-hmm.
But because I think there are moments like Fold'em and Naysayer, Godsayer. I like the single version of that too. I don't really like the two new versions we get on this as well.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they're fully explored. But I think he can deliver that style performance. Either he needs to fine tune his voice more, or he needs to find people to work with. Because I think it's just too frail. It's like I feel like I'm gonna poke Clarence. And he's gonna break into a million pieces.
He will. He'll shatter.
But like I just feel like a majority through this project, it's just the same ideas being repeated over and over again, and they're all blended together into one mega idea. There's no way we need, like, starting off with Adam, CC Wave, and Adam the Evil, going to We Change, and then this is like long blend of like Naysayer, Godslayer, Magic Obeer, Vapid Fields named Vapid, the next best thing, Fold'em, Silver Lake Reservoir. It feels like just forever. Just because it's kind of like what I didn't like about King Gizzard's Murder of the Universe. It's just so suffocating.
Yeah.
I just find it super...
There's no breaks.
There's no, like, moments to breathe. And I think with a lot of some of the experimental sound pieces that we got on Now, actually made that a little bit more breathier. Whereas this is just compressed. I don't think I have anything else to say. This album feels like a party that is taking place in a server room, but it's empty. There's no people. There's no humanity in this server room. It's just technology. And Clarence. Boredom.
I like it better because I think that it had more direction than No Now, but it also does feel suffocating. So I definitely agree with your points. I agree that Clarence's vocals aren't like super good, but this gives me less of a feeling of like just throwing a bouncy ball around the production room and like whatever it hits, being like, yeah, okay,
yeah,
this is good, and then singing over it. Like, I think that some of the vocals need to be a little like outsourced here, and not to Shady, because
he needs to.
Shady's not like super good. I think he needs to work with like other people.
Shady's whole entire purpose is just to be kind of like
he just needs that like rapper like figure.
You remember that like opening track on Shoot Shoots Forget where they literally got like the most generic rapper ever just to be abrasive?
Sure,
that's essentially what it is.
Yeah, I mean, but I think that sometimes the vocals need to be outsourced because the vocals, I think, should take more importance in this, and Clarence should be more of a production role.
Yeah, he should outsource his vocals to India.
Get it animated and then sent back here.
That's good. Yeah. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. I think this is kind of like a meh. I don't care for it that much. I care for Naysayer, Godslayer. Fold'em's kind of I'm kind of getting sick of that track as it is, but I think it does have a lot of passion and a lot of jaggedness to a stellar pop track. But if you want to hear us talk more about music, we host a weekly podcast called The Anthony and Todd Show every week on Apple Music and Spotify. It's the best of the show every week on repeat. Play us on your phone, take us in the river, take us on your boat, take us on your Note, your Apple, your Samsung Note. That's what it is. That's the
Please,
thing. That's what I'm getting to. That's the point I'm getting to. But if you want to watch more of us, links down below in the description. Right now I'm going to put the review of Death Grips for some reason, because I think that's just a common fan base.
You guys can hate us.
Yeah, because Clarence Clarity is pop music, but with the edge of someone who listened to Death Grips once. In the most positive way possible.
Thank you.
But until next time, guys, I've been Vincent.
I'm Trevor.
And see you, boys.
Bye, everybody.